The turf is another three-turn race, but there's a longer run to the first turn in this one, and enough early speed to string the field out a little. Riders who try to save ground should have the opportunity to do so unless they draw way outside or are on horses with no early speed at all. Acclimate is very solid, but has never run fast enough to threaten here. Astronaut has marched forward all year and jumped to a nice one last time out, but he's already developed a lot. It's unlikely he has another big move in him short term. Broom has gotten much better this year. He ran poorly in a bog in the Arc, but he has the best figures of the O'Brien runners, and when that guy sends them here, they fire. This one could get a piece of this at a price. Domestic Spending has run 2 races this year that would give him a good shot to win this, and one that definitely will. He's clearly been pointed at this by Chad, and he is the horse to beat. Note his best race last year came at Del Mar, and it was run even later in the year than this, when it was colder in New York. Gufo is very solid, but he would need a new top to get involved, and older grass horses don't jump that often. Japan is solid but overrated. He's not fast enough to compete with these. Rock Emperor is one of those Chad Brown older horses that just ran a new top. Just as those horses are less likely to jump forward, they are less likely to bounce. And a repeat of that last one puts him in this. He's a contender at a price. Tarnawa got good last year and has been just as good this year. She gets half a point in weight from the older males, and her last 4 figures put her right there if she can work out a trip. Tribhuvan has gotten a lot better since he was gelded during the layoff. He's a borderline contender on figures, but those figures will look better if he can save ground around 3 turns. United is another that is borderline competitive on figures, and they could get a piece of this with an inside trip. Walton Street is yet another with figures around the 2 level, but this one doesn't figure to jump forward at the age of 7, Appleby Godolphin notwithstanding. Yabir has been developing steadily for Appleby Godolphin, but he's heavily raced and still a couple of points short of competitive. Going in, we only gave Domestic Spending a slight edge over Tarnawa, but after the draw, he's a clear favorite. There are a whole bunch of horses we can use underneath. Rock Emperor, United, Tribhuvan, Walton Street, and Broom.